Hello, and welcome to NMA Newsmakers. I'm Jamie Caswell with the National Mining Association. I'm talking today with Mitch Bainwoll, President and CEO of the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers, a trade association representing automakers in the United States. Today we're discussing the importance of American minerals and metals to domestic automobile manufacturing. Good morning, Mitch, and thank you for joining us today. Mitch, could you tell us a little bit about the current state of the automobile manufacturing industry?
Well, manufacturing is really strong again, and that's really great to say. We were hovering along in sales at around 17 million units a year for the decade before 2008 and the collapse of 2008. And then we went way down to about 11 million units. And we're now back up in 2014 probably to about 16. So there's been a full recovery in terms of sales, so that's great. But even better than sales, we're living in an incredibly dynamic time in terms of the impact of technology. We're seeing a convergence of technologies that they're going to make mobility much safer, much greener. It's going to save time, energy, congestion. We're entering a golden age in terms of mobility, and it's all based on technology. That technology is predicated on critical minerals.
Why are minerals so critical to the automobile manufacturing industry?
They're crucial. When you think about it, when you put a car on the road, the average age of a car on the road today is 11 years old. It's got to last a long time, endurance as much as 150,000 miles. It's got to work in snow, in desert temperatures. It's got to be reliable. And that reliability is predicated on all the technologies that are going into vehicles. And these minerals are critical to each of these technologies. So give you an example. In the case of safety, there's two different types of technologies that are emerging. The traditional technology has been working on crash worthiness. So minerals have been very important in terms of making sure that as we downsize and downweight cars, that the structural integrity of the vehicle remains as strong as it was and is safe. So high-strength steel alloys are really crucial there. The other technological development is crash avoidance, and that's all based on electronics. And those minerals are critical also to electronics. So 95% of accidents are caused by human error. We have new technology that will basically that will make up for human error. Driver assist technologies, whether it's automatic braking or lane keeping or blind spot warnings or ultimately autonomous vehicles. All of those technologies rely on critical minerals. And at the end of the day, the combination of technology based on these critical minerals will produce a world which there are few accidents, less congestion, people get to work and home faster, will be happier marriages. It's going to have a profound impact on the nature of society.
And can you tell us a little bit about how that affects fuel economy emissions and the environment?
Sure. Well, as I talked about, there's an enormous amount of investment going on into technologies. In fact, the Boston Consulting Group last fall came out with a study of the most innovative companies in the world. 9 of the top 20 were automotive. We're spending $100 billion a year on research, all private money. So it's really, really profound. The #1 investor in R&D of any company in the world is an automotive. So that investment is going into safety, but also into the environment. So for instance, Platinum Metal Group, vital to catalytic converters. When it comes to fuel economy gains, we talked about the downsize and the downweighting. So high-strength steel is very important there. But it's also, you have critical minerals that are vital to both to high-efficiency electric motors and to batteries.
And why is it important for the automobile manufacturing industry to have a steady and stable supply of these raw materials?
It's an incredibly complex production process. The production cycle is multi-year. In the U.S., we have 14 different states. We have 44 different full assembly plants. The logistical exercise is absolutely massive. And when you have something of that scale, you need a steady, reliable stream of materials or inputs into the process. If we don't have a steady, reliable stream of inputs, then the whole process breaks down. The cost is jobs, the cost is product on the street. Consumers are the big loser.
And how does the current minerals permitting process affect your industry?
Well, anytime there's duplication in process or there's delay in process, then the supply of minerals is going to be interrupted or challenged. And for the auto sector, what we're looking for is an ability to drive costs down in product. And we have to get rid of regulatory friction wherever we possibly can. The average car in the street is 11 years old. When you get somebody into a brand new car, they're in a vehicle that is much safer for themselves and their family. They're in a vehicle that is much better for the environment. So the social value of finding a way to get people to turn their cars over faster is really incredible, plus the job implications. So it's really important that we have a vibrant market that moves as quickly as it possibly can. When we have bureaucratic delay, when we have regulatory delay, it raises cost of product, it slows down that replacement cycle, that damages the environment, that makes it tougher to employ people, and it makes cars less safe. So all of this plays into an equation of extending this virtuous cycle to get cars moving in society, to get people to get new cars, and that's a win-win for everybody.
What do you think legislators can do to ensure the success of the automobile manufacturing industry in the near future?
If legislators want to help the industry, but even more importantly, help the economy, the best thing we can do is get rid of this regulatory friction, and that means legislation to streamline the permitting process. If you can make the process quicker, leaner, more efficient, we can drive down costs, and that's exactly where policymakers should go. There's a bill that's passed the House, and that's terrific. It's been looked at in the Senate, and our hope is that the folks can come together in conference and produce an outcome that actually becomes law, hopefully soon.
Thank you for talking with us today, Mitch. That wraps up today's interview with special guest Mitch Bainwoll, President and CEO of the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers. Please check back here in the near future for the next edition of NMA Newsmakers.